Clauses. A clause is a group of words which has a subject and a verb. There are mainly two types of clauses: independent clause and subordinate or dependent clause. Independent clause. A clause that contains both a subject and verb, expresses a complete thought, and can stand on its own as a sentence. It is also known as the main clause. E.g., I drink tea. Subordinate, dependent clause. A clause that cannot stand of its own as they do not express a complete thought, is known as a subordinate clause. A dependent clause, which contains a subject and verb, must be linked to an independent clause in order to become a complete thought. E.g. whenever I sharpened my pencil. Clauses. There are three types of subordinate clauses: adjective, adverb and noun. Adjective clauses. E.g. the man who looked happy danced. Adverb clauses. E.g. I watch recipes because I love cooking. Noun clauses. E.g. whatever you need is fine with me. Adjectives clause are subordinate clause that acts as an adjective by modifying a noun or pronoun. The adjective clause answers the questions which kind or which one. It will most likely follow the word or words it modifies. Words that describe a noun are adjectives. Therefore, clauses that describe a noun are adjective clauses. They are also known as relative clauses, because they always begin with a relative pronoun, who, whose, whom, that, which, or relative adverb, where, when, why. E.g. she's the one who wanted to buy a dog. In the example, the man who looked happy danced. Here, happy equals is the adjective clause which is modifying the subject of the independent clause. Who equals is introducing this adjective clause. It is connecting women with the adjective clause. Adverb clause is a subordinate clause that acts as an adverb by modifying a verb, adjective, or another adverb. The adverb clause answers the questions how, when, where, why, to what extent, or under what condition. An adverb clause is usually introduced by a subordinate conjunction after, before, if, since, until, as the first word in the clause. Words that tell us something more about verbs are adverbs. Hence, clauses which do the same job are called adverb clauses. E.g. we bought the dog after we bought the cat. In the example I watch the recipes because I love cooking. Here, because I love cooking is a subordinate adverb clause. It has a subject I and a verb love, and the whole clause is functioning as one adverb modifying the verb watch in the independent clause. Noun clause is a subordinate clause that is used in as a noun. They can function as the subject, predicate nominative, direct object, indirect object, or the object of the preposition in a sentence answering the questions starters like who am? Or what. Words that commonly introduce a noun clause include how, that, what, when, where, whether, which, whichever, who, whoever, whom, whomever, whose, and why. A word which has this kind of relationship to a verb is called an object. To be an object is the privilege of nouns, pronouns, noun phrases, and noun clauses. A vacation is what I need most. And the example, whatever you need is fine with me. Here, whatever you need is a dependent noun clause acting as the subject of the sentence. It is a group of words with a subject you and a verb need, and it is functioning as noun by performing the job of the subject.